Yeah, I got more on this one.
Bring it out. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Sirach 4 and 11. So it says, Wisdom exalteth
Yes.
her children,
Yes.
and layeth hold of them that seek her. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy.
All right. Hey, listen, you gotta understand that when you come into this truth, right? Like this brother has young children, and he feeds them all the time. That child's gonna be blessed in the spirit, right? If he were to push that child to the side, okay, he's gonna receive a terrible blessing. But that's what it's talking about. So you come into this truth young, into the eternal truth, right? You should be make sure that you're around people, the elect, hopefully elect, that is going to influence you, right? Because the apostle brought out something for brothers who are struggling or weaker in the truth, so to speak, right? They do have a purpose, so you got to work with one another.
Yeah.
But that's what that's going to from your young.
Yeah,
Right? The Lord wants to work with His Son. He wants to work with you. He wants to work with you. That's what it's really going to read on.
Says, He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory,
Yeah.
and whosoever she entereth,
That means to don't let go. Go on.
the Lord Yahweh will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One.
Wow.
And the older ones are the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
We're the only holies. Because the word holy means like separate, man. So we're separate people of the Lord, like power, our power. Right?
And them that love her, the Lord Yahweh doeth love.
And it's evident that we love the Lord, man.
Ah, there you go. Bring out the charity scripture real quick. One of them. That's charity right there. That's how it starts.
Precept, precept.
You got more? On
I
what?
have present wisdom.
Okay.
This is the book of James 1 and 5.
Bring it.
It reads, If any of you lack of wisdom, let him ask Yahweh, the gift to all men,
Wow.
liberally, and upbraid not, and it should be given him.
You know how to break that down? Okay, that's a powerful scripture because the upright, it's talking about us, right? And there's a distinction there. Like I said, this is for quick edification. That distinction there is talking about the elect. And that's what makes us different, right? That same spirit, the same Vakakodash. Simply put, it's not given to anyone else. Okay, if you can understand that, because that's what he's saying. That's the difference, right? I'm just saying it for you people out there. The men here know what I'm talking about, right? The upright men, which is when you go back to Genesis 1 and 28, where it talks about the Lord made us in His image, right? That's who it's talking about. It's not talking about anybody else. Okay, read, brother. What you got?
Yeah, so back in Sirach 4 and then now 15. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession. Which is interesting because the covenant, which is a part of the wisdom, started with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, unto all Israel, but the elect. You know? So that's the covenant, and he said that I shall make this covenant with thy seed and their seed, and for generations forever. Roughly paraphrasing. So the Most High didn't forget about Israel through the remnant of Israel. You know.
Quick precept as you speak there. This is Isaiah 45 and 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. So there you go. You see that seal again, right? Yehovah Shem Yoshai, right? And we're dealing with wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding, right? The oil of influence, right? I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me, right? So now that we know you, right, you're going to be living by that order. It's just that simple, right? And you men that get sifted out, I always will bring that as an example. We know you're not living like that, right? Because that's a seal. I just read a seal scripture to link with what you're talking about. Read on. You got more?
Deuteronomy 6 and 7, and reads, And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And those are the laws, man. Those are ordinances. That's something you teach perpetually unto your children and your sons' and your sons. That doesn't stop. So that thing about the law is done away with, man, that's not according to scriptures, man. What scripture is that where it says the law is done away with? Right?
And that's funny because in the world, you know, in the sports industry, like for basketball, they say, you know, we eat, breathe, and sleep and drink basketball. It's the same thing with the commandments. You know,
Where do you think they got it from?
right? Exactly.
Thieves.
Exactly.
They stole it from.
So verse 17, it says, "For at first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him." And every brother has a testimony for that. And torment him with her discipline, until he may trust his soul, until she may trust his soul, and try him by her laws. And that's that, earlier we were talking about that experience to try out. So when you come to the truth, you know, the brother read, I think, Sirach 2, where it says, if you come to serve the Lord, my son, prepare thyself first that soul for temptation. So that's the wisdom. It's going to try you, right? To further on make you sealed, Lord willing, if you're of the elect. Because the point is to be sealed. Because if you're not sealed, you're going to be destroyed. And then it says, and try him by her laws. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him secrets.
It's a return?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were there before. Because you can't go to something that the word return just means to go back. Turn back.
Do this.
Alright? So which means Israel was made a righteous plant, a righteous branch. Okay, but something happened where we fell off. So now the Lord is giving us wisdom now, as an allegory, that it's basically the law of who? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? You come back to these laws, statute, commandment, and be married unto the scriptures, man. Alright? Treat it as your wife.
That's right. And you can't do it without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You have to have that oil. And it's something that you cry about, you know, straight.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, I got a piece at the back where he said the word return. Jude 5, it says, "I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord Yahweh, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not." So, like, I mean, like when you come into this truth, this is stuff that you knew before, and if you don't believe on what was already taught to you, well, the Most High will destroy you. You know, because you once knew this, and it happened in Egypt. So you know, nothing's new under the sun. You know, and that's it on that.
Perfect sense. It's the book of Matthew 26 and 41, and it reads, "Watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak."
So that's it.
Well, let brother break it down.
You can read
Yeah,
it?
let him break it down.
Basically, you need to pray constantly, right? It's not
That's
just
it.
once a week getting with the brothers, you know, let's get together and do this. You gotta read and pray constantly. And it says, because we live in a world that usually get tempted, right? There's a lot of things around you get tempted, so you have to be focused on this. You gotta read and pray that you don't get tempted, because we know the flesh is weak, right?
This right now is a form of prayer and song. So it has to be constant, as you read there. That's what you just broke down. In the spirit, we're crying and saying, "Hey, I can't see where the Lord is. Shit, I got caught up on the left, but I'm still going to press through." Right? Because, and He's giving you influence while I press through.
But it says, so you
No,
don't
you
get caught.
can't see it.
You don't get caught temptation, and you will be tempted, right? When you hear that you can't eat, and the woman is saying, "Listen, man, we need to eat," and the chips being ended out, and
Kids are
you know,
hungry.
Reality check.
Shaquille needs some shoes,
Yeah, true.
and
Real
the landlord
talk.
is calling. You
Real
know,
talk.
so you have to watch and pray. Watch what? The man of the Lord, right? And pray to who? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right?
Yes.
That you don't get caught up in what's this wickedness that's about to unleash on the earth. Okay, so you gotta watch the videos, pray the Habashim Yahshai, and watch the words, watch the Bible, man. Watch the friends that you keep, man. Watch what you expose yourself to. Okay, because you will be tempted, man, and you will get drawn out if you're not careful. Okay, because it's Esau, the brother said, many different ways and to luring you from the Lord.
That's right. Just like the Lord trumps that with having many different ways to bring you in when you do what the brother just read. Read that
How
more.
about you say right now, this is the book of Revelation 1 and 3, and it reads,
That's it.
blessed is he that reads, and they that hear the words